Hi everyone, Katie from the Montessori room here, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about a toddler bedroom, or how to set up a bedroom for a toddler aged child. So in our previous videos we talked about how to set up the bedroom for a newborn or an infant, and now we're going to piggyback on that and talk about toddlers. So toddlers typically are about 12 months and over. So many self-help skills are developed in the bedroom. So you want to prepare the environment with furniture that your child is going to be able to use independently later on. So you want to think about all of the things that you have and need in your bedroom and try to include similar objects or furnishings for your child, just in a child-sized version. So let's start with the child-size wardrobe or dresser. Your child might not be showing any interest in dressing themselves, but eventually they will. So it's really helpful if you have a wardrobe or a dresser that they're going to be able to access whenever they are ready. So that looks like a dresser that has low drawers. You'll likely start with them using the low drawers first, and as they get taller, they'll be able to access the ones on the top, making sure that the dresser is fastened to the wall, because as they learn to use it, they may pull up on it and things like that. So we want to make sure it's not going to topple over. Now we're going to talk in a future video about how to promote and foster dressing independently. But like I said earlier, you can start to set up the bedroom with this idea in mind. So another really helpful addition is to include a vertical mirror. In the infancy video, we talked about having a horizontal mirror so that the infant can look at themselves while they are having some tummy time. So you can simply use that same mirror and now put it vertical, put it ideally next to the dresser or the wardrobe, so that your child is able to see themselves as they get dressed. Something else that's really helpful to include in your toddler's bedroom is a child-sized stool or chair. So here is an example right here. It's quite heavy, very well made. So this can be used as a chair, or you can turn it this way and use it as a stool. There are two different heights so that it grows with your child. The reason why we suggest including a stool or a chair in your child's room is because it's actually easier to get dressed when you are sitting down on a stool rather than the floor. So in those early months where they are starting to learn how to dress themselves independently, and you see that maybe they're struggling a little bit, a stool or a chair might be the answer. Think of some other activities that your child might be doing in the bedroom besides sleeping and getting dressed. Perhaps they liked to do some activities in their room or read some books before bed. So you want to set up a small shelf with quiet activities. Because bedrooms are typically for sleeping, we encourage you to include toys that are going to help them to feel calm rather than excite them. So, you know, maybe not instruments or things that have flashing lights or make noise, but some nice quiet activities, and a basket of books is a welcome addition to any toddler's bedroom. And as I've said in previous videos, less is more. So depending on how much time they spend in their room, you don't want to overwhelm them with choices. So depending on your child, maybe you only have one shelf of toys and maybe a basket with 3 to 5 books. You just have to consider that let's say a 2-year-old, for example, is presented with a basket with 25 books in it. It's really hard to choose when you have 25 choices. Giving them, 2 or 3 books or 5, again, depending on what it is that your child needs, is actually more beneficial because it's easier to choose when there's less choice. I know for me, when I'm in a restaurant and a menu has, 100 different items on it, it can be really difficult to decide what I want to eat. So now imagine you're a toddler trying to make a similar decision about what book you want to read or what toy you want to play with. So other things to consider that you might want to include are things like a laundry basket, a small basket for your child to put their dirty clothes in. They might not quite be ready to dress and undress themselves independently, but if they are crawling or walking, perhaps they could move their bodies over to a small laundry basket to put their dirty clothes in. Maybe a tissue box, a garbage can so that they can wipe their nose if they need to. You might even want to consider including a small table or chair. We have a beautiful self-care set here where you'll get a toothbrush and hairbrush and things like that, so you can create a self-care station in the bedroom as well. And the thing to keep in mind, as I've said in a previous video, is just try to eliminate as many distractions as possible. So especially in the bedroom, because the bedroom is for sleeping, you want to try to create a really calm space. So you don't need a lot on the walls. You don't need a lot of things hanging off of the ceiling. Maybe a beautiful plant for them to keep the air fresh would be lovely. But it doesn't need to be too busy. Just some simple furnishings to help them with their self-care tasks, and then a shelf with some toys and a book basket. So as I said, they might not be using all of these things independently quite yet, but they will, and they'll know where to find them when they're ready. So really, as the child grows, you want the environment to grow with them. And keeping furnishings the same helps the child with their sense of order. So today I've provided you with some suggestions on what furnishings to include in your toddler's bedroom to foster independence and create a space that is going to grow with them. If you're interested in learning some more ways to bring Montessori into your home, you can check out our at-home program. You can also go to our website where you will find a variety of child-size furniture that you may want to include in your home. All right, well, thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.